Hey guys, so this video is going to be kind of special and different from my other ones. Mainly because I think I'm going to be jumping around a bit more and including a wider array of topics in this video, just because I feel like there's so much that I don't tell you guys about, especially with things that I feel like you might be interested in, that it might be cool to just touch on them. So expect that from this video. And the other reason this video is going to be special is because I get to actually do kind of like an unboxing. This right here is the culmination of pretty much now what is 2 years of work for YouTube. In October, I don't know what day it is, but someday in October, it'll be 2 years for me on YouTube. And that's pretty huge. And this box right here that I'm holding, if I can get it in the frame, this contains my silver play button from YouTube for reaching 100,000 subscribers on the main channel. So if you ever are going to be doing that yourself, this is what you can expect in the mail from YouTube. So it actually got here like really quick. Well, really quick. When they shipped it, it came really quick considering COVID and everything, but I should have got this 3 months ago. But anyway, let's get right into it. So inside the box, there's only really two things. The first is this letter. So I'm gonna read what they sent to me on this letter. It's actually kind of cool. I wasn't expecting it. You've just done something that very few YouTube creators accomplish. You had an astonishing 100,000 people subscribe to your channel. We know that numbers on YouTube can get really big, but we hope that you don't lose sight of the reality behind that 6-digit milestone. Each and every person who has subscribed to your channel has been touched by what you created. They were inspired, challenged, or entertained. You achieved this milestone with hard work, perseverance, and probably a healthy sense of humor too. What you've accomplished can't be taken away from you, and we'd like to recognize you and all of your hard work with this Silver Creator Award, a small token of our esteem and respect. We know that you don't do this for rewards. You do it because you had a drive to create and share, and because you found an audience who cares. Believe us when we say that we can't wait to see what you do next. 1 million subscribers may seem a long way off right now, but you're closer than you think, and we're rooting for you. Congratulations. So that's the letter that was sent. It's in this actually like this white slip. And it actually sounds like a person who like really reached 100,000 subscribers wrote this letter. I mean, I know they didn't. They probably have some algorithm that processes the English language to come off as the most endearing. But what it seems like is that someone who really lived the YouTube experience of, I guess, doing this for quote unquote the right reasons, made this, because I really couldn't agree more with that single line of, we know you didn't do this for rewards. I mean, I created my channel to be able to help writers who were in my position, who were trying to learn how to become better in the craft when they were starting out, and then when they became intermediate, and then when they became advanced. You're always looking for different ways of improving yourself in the passion that you love, if it's writing. And that's why I did this. I didn't do it for money, for fame, for recognition, or anything like that, for rewards. And that's what that said. And that kind of really resonated with me. Again, other YouTubers, I can't speak for them. Some people really are in it for the money, but I really am. It's just so much thanks to all of you guys who watch, who support on Patreon, who tune into the main channel. But you don't really care about that. I'm blabbering. You want to see the award. So here, if I can get my fat fingers through this box, here's the actual award. So like, I don't mean to sound like a dick when I say this, but this is like much nicer than I thought it would be. In my conception, I know that like thousands of people have reached 100,000 subscribers, and I was expecting something like much cheaper looking and feeling. I mean, and I wasn't thinking cardboard, but this really actually does feel like pretty sturdy, and it looks like pretty nice. And I was like genuinely surprised. I mean, YouTube's owned by Google, Alphabet, or whatever it is. They're a multi-billion-dollar company, so I guess they can afford to send something that doesn't look like trash. But I had low expectations because of the whole process of trying to get this thing, and it came 3 months late. But actually receiving it now and like holding it in my hands and it glaring in my face, as you can see, it feels really good. And it's actually pretty high quality. And if you haven't seen the back of a silver play button, that's what it looks like. So you can hang it up on your wall. So you've now just unboxed a silver play button. So when you do it, you should make a video on it too and show everybody else, because I never thought that I would ever do this, you know. I have my favorite YouTubers, and I literally never associate myself with them. And I always see, you know, these guys with like the play buttons on the walls, whether it be the silver or the gold. And it doesn't really feel like this is like a thing, but it is. So that's really nice. And it feels really good to have this happen. And thanks to you all. So aside from that, here's like all the things that I'm going to talk about. I think it'd be really interesting for you guys to know what I watch in the fiction that I'm interested in, aside from the main channel, because I think a lot of people only think that I watch the things that appear on the main Savage Books channel, and that couldn't be like farther from the truth. And from now on, I'm going to do my best to actually talk with you guys in the comments. I've been really bad about it so far, and just because life has been really, really hectic, and looking at the time now, there are still things I have to do tonight that I haven't done for my master's that I'm in, just for my job. But I'm going to try to talk to you all in the comments a bunch more, just so we can actually have that interactivity. So for the main channel, I watch other things, like a lot of other things other than what I post. So I just recently watched the most recent episode of The Boys, and no pun intended, it blew my mind. That was really cool, and at some point I'm going to try to make a video on The Boys, most likely on Homelander. I know there's already like a really popular Homelander video already out there, but I think I might be able to put a different twist on his character, especially the journey that he takes in this specific season, because I think everything happening with his character development is really cool. And everything happening with The Boys just in general, I think season 2 is just so much higher quality and just better than season 1. And season 1 was already good, but season 2 just honestly just like grabbed me by the neck, and it hasn't let go. So I cannot wait for the episode next week. I watched the first episode of Raised by Wolves, which was honestly the only reason I could watch it is because it's all on YouTube. And that was, I mean, Ridley Scott's already just such a crazy person, and I don't know what I expected going into that. But it honestly seemed like an entire movie's worth of content in one episode. It's honestly maybe inspired me to get HBO Max, or maybe just be a loser and get my friend's login, and hopefully I can watch it through there. But Raised by Wolves is definitely something that I've been trying to feel out if I'm going to continue with it, because I heard it also just ended, so all the episodes are available. And it's really interesting. So tell me how you guys think about that. I am behind on The God of High School, and it's honestly just so crazy. For those of you who don't know, I'm pretty sure it's a Korean anime, if those two words go together. And it's about as crazy as you can get. Beautiful animation. All of it is just fight scenes like all the time. Like, I'm not kidding. And it moves super fast. I'm still trying to catch up on that. So if you watch God of High School, talk about that in the comments as well. Let me know. I've been trying to get through Lindsay Ellis's book, Axioms End, for probably like 5 weeks now. And I bet I could honestly make an entire video on that. I'm using an audiobook just because I'm doing so much that a lot of the times it's easier for me to have a book read to me than me sit down and just read it of my own, or read it on my own, I should say. But I gotta tell you, it's okay. I mean, and I don't say that to be like mean or anything. She has actually like pretty good prose, and her fundamentals are like really, really strong. I would definitely say that. And the setting of the story is really interesting. I just think that for what I was expecting from her, from someone who honestly I looked up to as kind of like a video essay creator, as someone who seems to have gotten a really good foothold on narratives, their strengths and weaknesses, it's okay. It doesn't blow me out of the water. I think some of the plot points that she touches on and uses are a bit cliche and predictable. It's entertaining, but it's definitely, as I've already said, it takes a lot for me to get through a book and enjoy it of like my own accord, which again is part of the reason why I think I make a good editor, is because I can automatically kind of like pick out, okay, I don't necessarily like this. Other people probably will not like this. And functionally, why don't I like this, right? And so I'm still trying to get through Lindsay Ellis's book. I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. It's become harder and harder to try to pick it up because I'm not that interested, but we can also talk about that in the comments. So if any of you have finished Axioms End, let me know. We could discuss that. What else? Actually, I think that's about it for now. I mean, just off the top of my head, I can't think of anything else that I've watched or read for the first time. So I think that about sums up just the fictions and stories that I've been in. So definitely comment below and we can get into that. So I guess the last point of order would be talking about the Clone Wars video that I uploaded on the main channel. So I honestly don't know initially how I got that idea. I think, honest to God, I was really struggling again to think of a topic to do. And I think I might have started looking at just fight scenes just in my leisure time that I thought were really cool. Jason Bourne, you know, Quicksilver in the X-Men movies. And then I transitioned into watching a video on Grievous through the suggested videos. And I was thinking like, wait a minute, why didn't I make a video on this? Like, why haven't I? And then I sat down and was like, yeah, let me do this. And then I realized, of course, like I couldn't make a video just like on that single scene. So I sat down and watched all 2 hours of the Clone Wars. And I was just like, yeah, I have to make a video on this. Because I think there was so much there. It's just so unique. And I think that Genndy Tartakovsky mixed in with George Lucas and the Star Wars universe just created such a fantastic opportunity for that fiction to be what it was, and it like totally succeeded. I mean, definitely there still are weaknesses, as with anything, but I think that overall it's still one of the best Star Wars fictions that I've ever seen, and it was just so much of a blast to make, because I got to just, because all 2 hours are on YouTube, it was so easy to do. I didn't have to like find all these different clips, even though there were some clips included on the side that were included in like the video. But the actual video from start to finish only probably took me 8 hours to do, which is like insane. You know, for a video that's going to get 100,000 views, most likely, that's like really, really good as far as like time management. Because again, I have to look at this as a job, and I know I have to hit a certain view count every single month to be able to pay my bills. And the less time I spend making videos, actually working on them, the more time I can be doing other things, like watching movies, watching TV, reading, writing myself, right? And so it's all about efficiency. And so that really helped me on the Star Wars video. And I also really wanted to do it because it's just freaking awesome. And I watched it as a kid, and I remember being so excited to just stick around for like those last like 3 minutes after TV shows to be able to see Star Wars. And the animated show, because I loved Samurai Jack. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. And I've actually not finished the remake, only because I've heard semi-bad things about it, but I still really should, because it's still Genndy Tartakovsky. But Samurai Jack was so important to me growing up, as far as what animation I liked. So when I saw the Star Wars fiction looking just like that, I immediately went to it. So I completely, you know, am in the same boat as everyone in the comments who was talking about, you know, them loving it as a kid and then them still thinking it's great. That's kind of my same deal as well. And yes, I do realize I called them stormtroopers and not clone troopers. I got crucified for that, which is funny, to be honest, because there's other things in that video that are actually mistakes. I actually misspelled Genndy Tartakovsky's name. I think there's one other mistake in that video too, and I like remember all of my mistakes. Like, guys, like if you think you're picking out mistakes for me, there's things in these videos that I upload that you don't even see that I know, just because like I watch my videos so much after they get uploaded, and it's only after you upload something that you realize it's crap. So, you know, you're not telling me anything new. So I know this video has already been going on for long enough. Thank you for sticking with me all the way. If you want to continue seeing stuff like this, just let me know in the comments. Again, I'm going to try to talk to you all much more. If you want to really help out, subscribe, help out the channel on Patreon. That's the main way where I can really count on being able to do stuff like this, because it's consistent, dependable income. And let me know what you guys want me to talk about later. Again, thank you so much for sticking around. I thank you for the play button. It's all because of you guys, and I'll talk to you all again soon.